Yeah, when they dissolve.
Yeah, some people talking to you. I don't know if it's to you, but Jason Brandon or in person.
Apparently we're creatures of habit. Everybody just goes to the spot where they're used to sitting.
I turn the quality. I turn the quality now. Not that
Welcome to the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Stop at Hillers now and get $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. No trade-ins needed, and Hillers will not be undersold. Hillers True Value on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Here are Marshfield Tigers' Ryan Krieger and Alex Steins, along with head coach Denny Gadel. Ryan, 2-0 on the season. Got things going the right way. How was practice this week?
Practice has been going pretty well. We kind of got messed up with the weather, but other than that, I feel like we've been going pretty strong. We were a little sloppy in warm-ups and stuff after that, but as practice kept going on, we started to get into it again.
Hortonville coming up on Friday. As you've been a Tiger, you've lost every game to Hortonville so far. What's it take to change that?
I really want to go out and get this one more than any of them. Last year, I feel like we definitely could have taken them, but we were pretty sloppy in the second half, and I feel like this year we're definitely going to go out and at least give them a run for their money, and I'm pretty sure we're going to come out with a W.
So defensively this year, you've allowed 6 points in each game. So talk about the defense and what are the goals besides just getting the ball back to the offense right away?
I feel like his goals is just to have everybody do their job and to just keep firing out those 3-and-outs and limit the amount of plays that they have.
Had a defensive score last week. What's that mean to the team overall when the defense chips in?
Well, that really motivates us as far as just getting out there and getting ready to go.
Coach talked about adapt and change and prevail. How did that kind of wash over you as he was saying that?
Well, just watching film, you know, these guys look a little bigger and slower. So to our advantage is, you know, we might not be as big, but we're a little bit faster than them. So we're probably going to use that to our advantage.
Well, it's a big confidence booster. I mean, you played your 2 games, and you know you get your things you've worked on the whole preseason and everything we've been doing, and it's kind of working the way we want it to work. Kids are getting it. We're putting some kids in some spots, and they're figuring some things out. They're guys that are backing up are doing a great job. So our second dudes and guys that are got to go in different positions, we're doing a lot of changing in practice. So we're getting a lot of good reps. How's that?
Yeah, since conference realignment 4.5 years ago, played Hortonville 4 times, lost all 4. What's the difference now this Friday?
Well, thanks for bringing up the bad memories. I'll tell you what. No, the difference this time is that we're going after them again, and we get another chance. And hopefully we're on a roll. They're on a roll. They're 2-0 just as well. They played the same teams we did. So it's going to be, you know, it's at our house. That's a big feather in our hat for this week. But we're going to try to give it our best, and it's going to be a great game.
After practice, you talk to the team about change, adapt, prevail. Give us that 30-second speech here.
Yeah, you're throwing me under the bus again, aren't you? So, I don't know, adjust, adapt, and overcome. Stuff just happens, and you got to deal with it. And we started out the practice kind of a little bit lackadaisical, and I just had to tell the dudes that you're not as good as you think you are, and we're going to be better if you keep working hard, and you have to adjust to situations that arise, and you got to overcome those things. And in the end, if you keep doing that, you're going to prevail at some point. And let's hope it's this week Friday.
Welcome to the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Stop at Hillers now and get $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. No trade-ins needed, and Hillers will not be undersold. Hillers True Value on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Our live streams tonight, Marshfield versus Hortonville and Edgar versus Tomahawk. All games are found on ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, and today's Coach on the Couch is Marshfield Tiger football coach, Denny Galo. Coach, thanks for being here today.
You bet. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to learn a little bit about you. Probably going to learn a lot about Marshfield Tiger football and maybe some other things. Who knows?
Let's keep it at a minimum.
We'll see what we get into. So just starting off, Coach, people that are new to the audience or maybe new to Marshfield Tiger football, how many years you've been coaching, and then what keeps you motivated to keep coming back?
This is my 25th year of coaching. I coached, I think this is my 8th, 9th, or 10th year, something like that, as head coach, but everything kind of melds together after a while. Mm-hmm. But I guess what keeps you motivated is we have a great staff and a great group of guys that are really loyal people and good friends of yours, so it's pretty easy to come back and be with the guys, so to speak. And motivation is just also, I'm a football guy and a teacher, so they go hand in hand. Teacher, coach, coach, teacher. I take my strategies of coaching into my classroom. I take my classroom strategies into coaching on the field. And it pretty much really revolves or evolves into, I really don't work ever a day in my life. And I've come to that conclusion. A lot of people tell you if you don't go to work and it feels like work, you're in your perfect job. And I think I have a perfect job. But it's a combination of community in Marshfield, and it's a combination of your friends. Mm-hmm. And the most important person in your life is your wife, and she's a football girl, and she loves it and keeps me motivated. And she's my rock, and she's the person that gives me information on how to find Zaleski Sports on the Facebook. How's that? Things like that. So yeah, the grandpa reference. Fan. Yeah, number one fan.
And then, speaking of that, so you said that you get to see those kids grow. So some of those kids that played youth football a number of years ago, they were juniors and seniors on the team last year. And that team last year, you started out 3-3, and then you just exploded. You won 3 in a row, combined score of 107-6 in those last 3 regular season games. How do you describe that difference from the first set of games to those next set?
Well, again, without going into a whole evolution of what you teach and what you coach, it's our culture, and it's the thing that our seniors did. Like I said, we talk culture all the time in our program, and we have our words that we live by, and we just had to start, going back and tapping into some of those words and dig down deep. And, we lost one of our best players that played for us in Quentin. And the kids rallied around and, let's do it for him and let's play for us and do the things that we got to do to make this ship, get righted. And then I go to my coaching staff because our defensive coaches really dug down. I mean, there's a lot of things that change and evolve in a team and in a program. And when you lose somebody, you got to start, okay, what are we going to move to next? And Coach Len and Chris Berg and John Boyle, Matt Immerfault and Ben Corcoran, those guys, they put their heads together, and Lenny did something he's never done in his life because he's a pretty rock-solid defensive guy. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to beat you with what I do mentality. But he kind of said once we lost a big cog in our system on defense, he just said, dudes, we're going to start doing a little bit different things. And he really opened up the can of blitz when we started going into our run, and 6 points, and you said 6. I didn't even know that stat, buddy. So it's kind of cool. But our dudes, and we ended up with an all-conference linebacker and an honorable mention outside linebackers. Yeah. I mean, and that all come from the scheme that was employed. And it's a big shout out to our defensive staff, Len, and all the guys that I mentioned before. But they made it happen, and And I'm hoping that it carries over right now. I mean, we offensively this year, if we talk about stuff like that, I'll probably in a second, but we can't move the football on our defense, and if the defense doesn't let anybody score, we can score 2 points, and they can score interceptions, and we can win football games.
Yeah,
so
increase your chances.
Yeah, man, defense wins championships, and you got to live by that. And, so that's what we're banking on, and hopefully it works out for us. So that was what got us in that big turnaround, and we built on something bad that happened to us, and we love our guys, and he got all fixed up. He's gone off to college in Winona, so he's good as he's ever been, and he's going to keep playing. I haven't talked to him since he went away. That was just on Sunday, but I'm sure we'll connect soon. But anyway, that's what did it for us, and we just went on a rampage, and we ran into a good team at Holman, and we lost our playoff game.
Yeah. So with that being said, so now you've got a group of juniors that turn into seniors, sophomores that turn into juniors, and they've got that playoff experience. We've moving into 2018 now. These guys kind of come into this next year. We've got a whole group of live stream games that are going to be available all year, featuring Marshfield Tiger football. You can find those live streams on ZaleskiSportsShow.com or check out Facebook at Zaleski Sports. And then new this year, Coach, we've got a fall sports magazine, and we'll do those seasonally. But I'll kind of reveal the first cut of the magazine. This will be available at places all over Central Wisconsin, starting on August 16th and 17th at Baltus, Provision, and Heartland Co-op gas stations, and a whole bunch of other places. But right there on the first edition cover, I think you probably know that kid.
That's pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one, huh?
That's a pretty good one.
So senior Ryan Krieger, talk about some of the other seniors on the team.
Well, I guess you got to talk about Ryan right away. I mean, talk about a dude he started for 3 years, and I knew the guy because he played baseball with my kids and all kind of youth football things, and he's one of those guys that was good enough to play up, was moved up in baseball things, and he's just really a diehard competitor, and that's a great thing to have as a quarterback. So you can give him duties to do, and he fulfills them and does them with great passion and all kinds of the things that you can put in the words for him. But he's a good one, and a really good one, and he's going to lead our team. There's no doubt. This year, I mean, we're doing a lot of things with him now because of the 3 years, and we put a bunch more responsibility on his shoulders. That things that he's going to do. I mean, he's going to be calling plays at the line of scrimmage sometimes, and when we're in a hurry-up offense situation, he's calling all the plays. So it's a big deal for him right now, and that senior leadership is shining through, and he's going to lead us, hopefully to a great record and hopefully into the playoffs. And now a new goal is get a playoff win. So it's been a while since we've had a playoff win in Marshfield, and we're trying. And we're not like we're saying, hey, I hope we do this and get lucky, but no, we got to get it done, and we're going to put the weight on his shoulders. But talking about some other kids, seniors, Brant Bowman he's a star in the state of Wisconsin right now. People know who he is. They know his name. I went to a camp with him this summer. We went to North Dakota, and people like him there and things like that. So he's making a name for himself, and he's going to be a good one. He's going to tote the rock, and he's going to get yards for us. But you also got to look at his other two buddies in the backfield for us, Caden Pierce and Isaiah Byroll. That'll be our complement of our three backs that are seniors. We have other juniors that are going to fill in and put some time in too. But talk about kids that are working hard and really quick and fast. And Isaiah's turned into a pretty good-looking fullback type deal. We don't call them fullbacks; they're two backs for us, but does a lot of different things. We're finding ways to get each guy the football. Well, there's three of them, and there's only one football plus Ryan Emick's 4-1. So it's a tough thing. But our whole offensive line is going to be our road to the playoffs if we get there, and hopefully a conference championship first is what we're trying to get. But they're all seniors. We've got a whole load of seniors on the offensive line. They've been there before. They know what's going on. They're going to still make mistakes, even though they don't want to. They're still going to make mistakes, but doggone it, the probability goes way down when they're a whole bunch of seniors and have played for a couple years. So we're pretty excited about those guys. And Coach Hartwig, he lays down the line to those guys. I mean, it's you. It's what makes our team go. And he's done a great job. Him and Jimmy Sadowska is our JV coach, and they're both offensive line guys. So, they work their tails off to get these guys ready. As you go further outside, our receivers, there's where we have one senior guy, Preston Wagner, and then Isaac Beverden, who started last year for us as well, junior. And then my son even made a chance to give himself a chance to play football this year. He's another receiver. And then Sam Hinson. And let's go. I got Mason Coffrin's another receiver. I'm trying to remember all the guys, but it gets to be a bunch. But we have a ton of good receivers, and it's kind of going to be fun. I looked at a set that we can put out on the field, and they're all 6'1" up to 6'4" receivers in one set. So hopefully they have some out there somewhere. They have shorter cornerbacks, and maybe we can take advantage of that. So that's going to be fun working with that kind of group of kids. Defense, like I said, special defense, and Lenny and John and Matt and Ben Corcoran, those guys got a lot to work with, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Our defensive ends, try to get some guys' names. Stanek and Steins are 2 defensive ends for us, and Zamborski and the Kildall boys. There's 2 brothers. You know, they're big kids, but they're juniors, which is nice, and some of the only juniors on the defense. You go to linebackers, Ben Gust, another junior. Yep. Werman, Alex Werman, and then our missile rocket, all kinds of crazy words you can put in his name. Bentley Schwanenbeck, our missile guy, he's all over the field. He's a guy that just makes every tackle that's out there, you know. And we got some corners out there. Riley Bouchak is a corner, and you got Specht. Specht is out there. Then you go to Nolan Hurdle and Jackson Ott. That gives me a whole defense. And I struggled there, but holy cow, you guys can cut and get that done.
We got it through, though.
Yes, but we got it out there. But a really nice defense, and seniors with a couple juniors sprinkled in to make things happen and give some time to switch guys out. But there's another few guys on the sidelines waiting to get in there, too.
Well, Coach, I mean, I'm 43, so I don't think I have any eligibility left. But if I did, darn it, I would play for you. I have no doubt about that.
That's good.
So we're watching Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski. We're visiting with Marshall Tiger head coach Denny Gadel. Coach, we talked a little bit before about some of the live streams we'll do. Live streams, again, available at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. And check in every Friday morning for our Facebook, our football schedule on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. One of those games is this Friday against Oshkosh West. And we're looking forward to it. We get all pumped up too, right? We do practice. We came out to the scrimmage with you. We did our practice while you guys were practicing. We're all set. So last season on the road against Oshkosh West, beat them 38-31. What's the plan going in this year?
Hopefully the same thing. Hopefully they don't earn 31 points on the Friday night. That would be nice. But no, they're a good team again. And you know, watching film and studying what they do, they're a passing team. So that's kind of makes it nice for our defense because they've been really cranking. And we pass the football, so it's better in practice that they get some time. But it's kind of hard to get any balls off in practice because of what they do. We don't get much time to pass. So it's going to be fun. Their offense, again, is their quarterback that runs it again, and they got a couple good receivers that they're going to chuck the ball over the field. So the game might take longer. You guys might be on the air longer this week. But, you know, and defensively, they're changing their defense up from what they did last year. Now, it's what we call a 3-3, 3-5-3 turns into a 3-3 in different sets. It's different than what we've seen before. So that's kind of a good challenge for you as a coach. You know, we got to learn something new. We're looking at different things. It kind of limits your offense a little bit in what you do. So that makes it easier in a sense because you don't have to worry about all the things you want to coach. You just, you know, cut it down and get to the things that are going to work for you. And we work on the different sets and rotating kids in and out so we get more kids a chance to touch the football, more kids in the game. So that's going to be on Ryan's shoulders again to understand and recognize, and it's kind of nice to see him. His backup, Will Voss, I forgot to mention him, but he's the backup kid and a very capable dude. Came back to football last year after missing a year. It's going to be pretty cool to have him get a chance, I hope, you know, and get some things in there and get him into the game and do some things with him. But it'll be fun for our kids this week and hopefully fun for the fans if they get out and watch the football game. Yeah, well, like I said, we're really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the whole season, Coach. We think you're going to have a lot of good success. Again, this game that we're talking about against Oshkosh West is at home, Marshfield Beal Stadium. Last year for Beal Stadium here in 2018. So get down, cheer on these Tigers. If you can't make the game, live streams available again at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. This has been Coach on the Couch with Marshall Tiger head coach Denny Gadel.
We'll see you next time. Welcome to the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Stop at Hillers now and get $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. No trade-ins needed, and Hillers will not be undersold. Hillers True Value on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Our live streams tonight, Marshfield versus Hortonville and Edgar versus Tomahawk. All games are found on ZaleskiSportsShow.com.
I saw the sign when I came in. I know 16 is
One of the goals of high school athletics is learning lifetime values. Sportsmanship is one such value that makes these games an educational experience. Just remember to be a good sport. Thank you.
Starting lineups here tonight on Northwoods 92.5 WJJQ and the Tomahawk.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's opening Marawood Conference matchup between the Tomahawk Hatchets and your Edgar Wildcats. First, introducing the offense for Tomahawk. At tight end, senior number 2, Cameron Olsen. At flanker, junior number 6, Cody Jablonski. At fullback, senior number 7, Nick Wiseman. At halfback, senior number 10, Max Bemenser. Quarterback, junior number 14, Wyatt Weniger. At center, sophomore number 50, Tyler Beck. At guard, senior number 66, Jordan Tomaszewski. At tackle, junior number 67, Tony Matty. At guard, junior number 71, Gunnar Millard. number 87, Ty Gerstenberger. The Hatchets are coached by John Larson, assisted by John Long, Jeremy Zimmerman, Andy Peisig, Jason Olson, Dave Long, Nick Schertz, Billy Eastwood, and Mitchell Schauer. And now, introducing the starting defense for your Edgar Wildcats. At linebacker, senior, number 3, Brock Hendrick. At linebacker, senior, number 8, Ty Gooden. At linebacker, senior, number 9, Will Rates. At defensive back, senior, number 11, Carson Butt. At defensive back, sophomore, number 18, Drew Gooden. At defensive back, junior, number 20, Mason Stout. At defensive back, junior, number 21, Caleb Haferman. At defensive end, sophomore, number 44, Braden Baumgartner. At defensive tackle, sophomore, number 50, R.J. Knetter. At defensive end, junior, number 55, Adam Hahnemann. And at defensive tackle, senior, number 62, Matt Hoyt. The Wildcats are coached by Jerry Sims, assisted by Greg Stripe, Dave Huss, Andrew Lascasco, Chris Stewicki, Zach Paul, Alex Bushett, Nathan Dull, and John Petterlin. And now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand and remove your hats as the Edgar VFW raises our flag for the playing of our national anthem. Tomahawk won the toss and deferred in the second half.
Coming to you from Edgar High School on this football Friday night between the Edgar Wildcats and the Tomahawk Hatchets. Steve Maves alongside Stephen Okonek here at Edgar High School for week number 3 of the high school football season. It is opening week of the Marawood Conference. Again, between the Edgar Wildcats coming in 2-0 overall, and the Tomahawk Hatchets also at 2-0. The Wildcats lost the toss, but they will receive to begin things here tonight. Edgar coached by Jerry Sins and Tomahawk coached by John Larson. Edgar will move left to right to begin things here tonight. 3 back to receive for Edgar. See if Edgar can start off the way they did last week with an opening kickoff return for a touchdown. They won 43-3 last week against the Mondovi Buffalo. On last Thursday night, Tomahawk coming off of a 14-7 win over Rhinelander. And here we go from right to left. And a short kick taken at the 20, at the 18, fakes the reverse, comes near side. That's Caleb Haferman, and he's got room. He breaks a tackle, and to the 50, he's got room, to the 30, and again, back-to-back weeks. Edgar starts off with a kickoff return for a touchdown. This time 17 seconds, last week 11 seconds, and Edgar starts off with a 76-yard touchdown return for a touchdown. Caleb Haferman, they faked the reverse and came near side and broke a couple tackles, got a couple nice blocks, and goes over 75 yards for a kickoff return. They're going to go for 2 on the far side. Carson Butt in the pistol formation. Behind him, Will Rates. 4 spread out, 2 left, 2 right. In motion. And back to pass. Comes backside and incomplete. And that 2-point conversion is no good. But just after 17 seconds, Edgar Wildcats have a quick 6-0 lead. And we will step aside quick, and we'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
Back to Edgar High School. The Wildcats with a quick 6-0 lead on a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Just like last week, Edgar quickly ahead in this ballgame. Much like the Wildcats, Tomahawk with 3 back to return. They'll go right to left to kick. They do not have a 74 on the roster, do the Wildcats, but he will be kicking left to right from the 40. We'll talk about him in just a little bit. A 5'9", 160 senior, a monster in the backfield. Wyatt Wenninger. Kickoff return for a touchdown to begin things. Wenninger under center, split back behind him, and back to pass. And has a Wildcats will start things.